So apparently, you are somewhat of an aficionado for horror films.
Oh.
Do I hear that correctly?
I'm a horror film fan.
And even as a little one,
Yes,
you would sneak in and check out.
It's funny because I grew up in a small town in Ohio. And so one of the weekend things for entertainment was going to the drive-in. And yes, that dates me. And any teenagers watching this will be like, huh? But anyway, yeah, what are those? And when we were really little, far too little, I don't know what my parents were thinking, but they would take us on the weekend to the Triple Chiller feature. And I asked my mother today, what were you thinking? And she said, that's all you girls wanted to see. It was. And we would watch different types of horror movie. And then, of course, if I would be up late at night and, you know, when I was supposed to be asleep, I'd sneak into the family room and I'd turn on the TV and I'd find the horror channel. And I always loved it. I thought it was just so fascinating. And from an early age, I loved vampires. And I should have known that was a trend when I found myself always rooting for Dracula. And I thought Van Helsing was just a bully who didn't understand.
Well, speaking of vampires, I may not have some trivia questions for you just to see how much of a fan you
No
really
one told
are.
me there was a test.
There's a test.
Oh,
okay.
On camera.
Okay, wait a second. The first one is an easy one. This is a lot, okay? Vlad the Impaler was from which country?
Wallachia.
I have Romania here.
Oh, well, Wallachia was the older name of Romania.
Well, I've been schooled.
And if I've gotten that wrong, I'm in trouble.
The earliest known references to vampires were in which culture?
Was that the Chinese culture?
Greek. We were looking for Greek there.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
It's okay, it's okay. Here's another one, In the movies, who's played the best Dracula?
Oh, now that's not fair. You know, I have to say, and this is gonna make some purists angry.
Controversial.
But Gerard Butler, when he played in Dracula 2000, I believe it was Gerard Butler that played in Dracula 2000. He could have bitten my neck. I wouldn't have put up a fight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We were looking for Bela Lugosi there.
No, I'm sorry.
He
was not. You hold
answer.
the two up and tell me who's sexier. All right, I'm going to take this to a vote.
Okay, let's see. Who was nicknamed the Bloody Countess because she killed virgins and bathed in their blood?
Bathory. Elizabeth Bathory? Valerie? Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
No, Bathory, you got it. You got it. This last one's a toughie. Are you ready?
Oh, God. What do you mean this last one's a toughie?
Tough, actually. But
yeah, what kind of... Wait until we do my interview with you, and I've got some questions.
Okay. Which part of the myth was not originally part of the vampire lore? Okay. A stake through the heart killed them. Sunlight, they were vulnerable to sunlight, or they could turn into a bat. Which one of those is
well,
not
Bram
original?
Stoker's Dracula could walk in the sun.
That is right. So they were not vulnerable to sunlight.
And my vampires can walk in the sun as well. And I didn't take that deliberately off of Dracula, although, of course, you know, anyone writing vampires who can't credit Bram Stoker is not.
They're lying.
Yeah, but I that was a personal something when I would watch vampire movies and they couldn't go out in the sun, and I just thought, you know, if they've managed to remain hidden from mainstream society for potentially as long as there has been mainstream society, it would kind of be a big red flag to me if they were never seen in the daylight, or if certain people went out in the daylight and went big poof and ball of flame, that would get attention. So to me, if I was going to create a world where I said vampires had successfully hidden this entire time, to me it seemed like them walking around in sunlight would be a very good way to dispel the idea that that vampires didn't exist, and to keep their mystery and to keep themselves hidden, because if they're walking in sunlight, surely they can't be a vampire.
I know. I've always had a problem with you know, the word immortality gets thrown around. Oh, they're immortals. They're immortals.
No.
And then they're so easy to kill, and it's like that just doesn't ring true to me.
And they're not immortals. And at least in most mythology, fiction, and movie, the vampire can be killed. Mm-hmm. I guess you could say they are immune to mortal death without being immortal. So that's one way you could look at it. And but I don't know really how many creatures in mythology are truly immortal.
Truly immortal. The gods usually.
Yeah, although
you can kill gods too.
Yes.
We're gonna have to think. I think there's another series coming on here. What do you think? Are you with me? We can do it together.
There's always got to be a way, even if it's obscure. I think to find a way to kill a creature. It's just not fun if there's no danger.